see if we are live, guys. All right, so hi, hello, good evening, my dear students. This is Ritika, your chemistry educator, back at the very amazing platform Unacademy with some very important topics. So in today's class, we are going to study about oxidation and reduction. Okay, this is the ninth grade's topic, but of course, anyone who wants to know about oxidation and reduction can attend it. Also, guys, you can share the class with your friends so that they can also attend it. Okay, now if I talk about this chapter, students, this is from hydrogen unit. Okay, this is one of the very important topic of hydrogen unit, and otherwise also if we go for various things, this topic is one of the very important thing. Now before beginning, a very important information for everyone. So if you want to stay updated with all the ongoing offers at Unacademy, with what all things are going on here at Unacademy, and of course the classes here, you can join the Telegram channel of Unacademy, and you can also join my Telegram channel. So the links of these Telegram channels will be provided to you in the description box. You can join them, and you can get your notes, you can get your study material over there. So as I told you, our topic for the day is oxidation and reduction. Let us first try to understand what do we mean by oxidation and reduction, and if you all have heard, it's redox reaction that we call as. What is this? Right. So redox reaction basically is the short form which is used for oxidation and reduction. Okay. So RED for reduction and OX for oxidation. Why this word? Because oxidation and reduction always takes place simultaneously. Okay, so instead of saying oxidation and reduction reaction, we go for a short form redox reaction. Okay, so how do they go together? We will be learning once we get an idea of both oxidation and reduction. So here we will be starting with oxidation first. It has got several definitions, okay, and we will be learning, or we will be studying about one definition one by one. Okay, if I talk about in terms of electrons, okay, what is the oxidation? It is the process in which any atom or ion, it is losing its electrons. Okay, so oxidation is a process in which an atom, or maybe it could be an ion also, it is losing the electron. How? For example, if I am having zinc. Okay, now let us suppose, hi Ishan, hello, good evening dear. Let us suppose this zinc is losing its electron. How? It would be giving out its 2 electrons. So this is the oxidation process. The first definition, in which an atom or ion is losing the electrons. The second definition can be, okay guys, sorry, it's my pet. The second definition is, it is also defined as the addition of oxygen. So basically, whenever the oxygen is added, we say the oxidation has taken place. How? Let's suppose I'm having carbon and here I am adding oxygen to it. So what is happening? Carbon dioxide is being formed. And here also the oxidation has taken place. Okay. Now, with oxygen, there would also be some other elements instead of oxygen, right? So the third definition could be addition of electronegative element. Hi Anjali, good evening. How are you? So in place of oxygen, if I am having any other electronegative element also and it is being added, we can say that oxidation has taken place. How? Let's suppose I am having zinc and hydrochloric acid, that is hydrogen chloride. Okay, so what is happening over here? I'm very fine. Thank you. What are the products that we are getting? It's zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Okay, so what is happening to zinc? From zinc to zinc chloride, there is an addition of electronegative element, which is chlorine. Okay, and that also is referred to as oxidation. Did you get it? Are these three definitions clear to everyone? Kindly let me know in yes or no, okay? If I talk about the next definition, these are the three definitions. We're having another definition as removal of hydrogen. Okay, let us suppose I'm having an example, hydrogen sulfide. When it reacts with chlorine, what is the product that we get? We get HCl plus sulfur. Now what is happening? This hydrogen sulfide, it is being oxidized to sulfur. Okay, and how is that happening? Hydrogen is being removed over here. And since hydrogen is getting removed, the process is known as oxidation. We can also have another category, which is removal of electropositive element. Let's suppose we are having a compound potassium iodide and hydrogen peroxide. So what happens when they both react? We get potassium hydroxide and iodine. So here what is happening? This potassium iodide, it is being oxidized to iodine. And how is it happening? This electropositive element, potassium, is being removed. Okay, so this is what the oxidation process is all about. We will quickly again see the oxidation process before we move further. So we can give various definitions in terms of electrons, oxygen, electropositive elements, etc., etc. So in terms of electrons, what oxidation process is? It is the process in which any atom or any ion, it is losing the electron. Okay, now if I talk about the example, see here we have taken an example of zinc. When zinc is losing out its electrons, what is happening? The oxidation is taking place. Okay, second one is addition of oxygen. So if I'm having any element and the oxygen is added to it, then also the oxidation process is said to occur. And the third one is we are adding any electronegative element. For example, here zinc. Okay, when zinc reacts with hydrogen chloride, we get the products as zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Now from zinc to zinc chloride, if I talk about, an electronegative element is being added. Now what is that electronegative element? It is chlorine. So because of this addition of electronegative element, we can say that oxidation has taken place. All right. Next is removal of hydrogen. So whenever the hydrogen is getting removed, then also oxidation is said to take place. How? This is our hydrogen sulfide reacting with chlorine, and what product does it give? It gives hydrogen chloride plus sulfur. So if I talk about hydrogen sulfide to sulfur, we can say that there is loss of hydrogen. And because loss of hydrogen is termed as oxidation, we can say that this compound has been oxidized. And at the last, it is removal of electropositive element. So again, let's try to understand it through an example. Here we have taken potassium iodide, which is reacting with hydrogen peroxide. Okay, on reaction, it is providing us with potassium hydroxide and iodine. Now students, from potassium iodide to iodine, we are losing an electropositive element, which is potassium. Okay, and since removal of electropositive element is also termed as oxidation, so the compound is being oxidized. The potassium iodide is oxidized to iodine. And how? By loss of potassium. Okay, so these are the basic definitions of oxidation. Any category, any example falling into these categories, we can say the oxidation has taken place. Now, next we are going to learn about oxidizing agents. Okay, what do we mean by oxidizing agent? What is an agent in normal, language? Agent is someone or something that does a particular task. Okay, so what is the function of oxidizing agent? It oxidizes other substances. Okay, so oxidizing agent is a substance that oxidizes other substances. And how is it doing? By either accepting electrons, okay, or by providing oxygen or electronegative element or ion, or again by removing hydrogen or electropositive ion. Okay, how is it happening? Let us see. Basically, if I am having any element which is providing the oxygen or any electronegative ion, or which is uh, removing hydrogen or electropositive ion, it is our oxidizing agent. Okay, now we will be taking certain examples after the topic reduction to understand this term very properly. Okay, why after reduction? Because oxidation and reduction, they take place side by side, and that is how we will be getting to know both the processes easily. So our second method is, or the second thing is reduction. Oxidation, we saw that it is losing electrons, so it would be just the opposite of oxidation. Okay, so reduction is, in terms of electron, it is defined as a process in which an atom or ion gains electrons. How? Let us see. If we are having Cu2 plus, okay, it is uh, deprived of electrons. Okay, so when it gained 2 electrons, we can say the reduction has taken place. The very first and very common definition. Second definition is removal of oxygen. So basically, reduction is just the opposite of oxidation process. Okay, so let's take an example. If I'm having copper oxide and it reacts with hydrogen, what do I get? I get copper plus H2O. Okay, so what is happening? This copper oxide, it is getting reduced to copper. How? Because of the loss or removal of oxygen. Okay. The next one is addition of, removal of electronegative ion. Again, how? Let's see. Let's take an example of FeCl3, that is ferric chloride plus hydrogen sulfide. Now, when these two react, what is the product that we are getting? We get ferrous chloride plus HCl plus sulfur. Now, FeCl3, if I talk about, it is getting reduced to FeCl2. How? One chlorine, it is getting removed. So what is happening? One electronegative ion is getting removed, and therefore we can say the reduction has taken place. This is our third definition, sorry. Next is addition of hydrogen. Again, let's try to understand it through an example. Chlorine, when it reacts with hydrogen sulfide, what do we get? HCl plus sulfur. Now this chlorine, it is getting reduced to what? Hydrogen chloride. And how? By addition of hydrogen. Okay, to the chlorine, hydrogen is being added, and this is known as reduction process. Okay, similarly, let's take another example. If I'm having ammonia which reacts with chlorine, what do I get? I get nitrogen plus HCl. Of course, this is not the balanced equation. So what is happening? Again, gain of hydrogen, and therefore it is termed as reduction. And the last definition will be addition of electropositive element or ion. Again, we will be having an example to understand. Let's take mercury chloride reacting with tin chloride. What are we getting? We are going to get Hg2Cl2 plus SnCl4. So this mercury chloride, it is getting reduced to mercurous chloride. How? Because we are gaining the electropositive ion or element, that is H plus. Okay, so this is how it is undergoing reduction process. Got it, everyone? Now these are the 5 definitions. Let's quickly go through all of them. So reduction, it is the process in which there are again 5 definitions. So first is the atom or the ion, it is gaining electron. Next, the oxygen is getting removed, as in copper oxide. The oxygen got removed and it turned to copper. So reduction has taken place. Removal of electronegative ion. So from here, FeCl3 to FeCl2, one Cl minus is getting removed. So that is why again reduction. Fourth definition is addition of hydrogen. So from chlorine to hydrogen chloride, what are we getting? We are getting an addition of hydrogen. Okay, so that is why it is said to undergo reduction. And the last is addition of any electropositive element. So here see HgCl2 to Hg2Cl2. We are having one extra mercuric ion, okay, which is an electropositive ion. So addition of electropositive ion is again the reduction process. Okay, so these are the basic definitions. Now let's move on to another thing, that is reducing agents. Okay, now what is a reducing agent? It is responsible for reducing the substances. Okay, and how? Either it provides electrons, or it provides hydrogen, or it provides any electropositive element or ion maybe, or it removes oxygen or electronegative element. Okay, so this is the definition of reducing agents. Okay, all right, so I hope you understood the basic definition of oxidation, reduction, oxidizing and reducing agents. Now let us take all of them in one go. Okay, CuSO4 plus Zn, it gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. Now if I write these reactions in, just a second. So if I write these reactions in the electronic concept or the ionic forms, we can write Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus plus Zn. It gives Zn2 plus SO4 2 minus plus Cu. Correct. Now see, from here, zinc to Zn2 plus plus 2E minus. This is what I can write from here to here, which means what is happening? The loss of electron is happening. Okay, so this can be termed as oxidation process. Okay, and here copper, Cu2 plus, it is gaining 2 electrons to give copper, which is reduction. So in one same reaction, oxidation is also happening and reduction is also happening. Okay, so this oxidation and reduction, they will always go side by side, and hence we call it as redox reaction. Clear this thing? I guess it's very clear. Let us take one more last example of copper oxide. So CuO plus H2, it is giving Cu plus H2O. Okay, now see students, from CuO to Cu, what is happening? Removal of oxygen. So we can say that here reduction is happening, and here oxidation is happening. So again, in one same reaction, what did we see? We saw reduction and oxidation taking place side by side. Okay. Now what is reducing agent here? It is either providing electron, or it provides hydrogen or any electropositive element, or it removes the oxygen or electronegative element. So our reducing agent here would be hydrogen. And oxidizing agent, it is copper oxide. Okay, so I hope you understood this thing. This was a very short and quick class about oxidation and reduction process, and I hope you did understand everything that we learned. If you want to have in detail study about all these topics that we are covering here, you can join our special classes. Okay, now for attending the special classes, what do you need to do? Go to your Play Store or App Store, download the Unacademy Learners app. Go for your grade, class, board, etc. Just fill in your necessary information, and therein you can watch the classes by all the educators for free of cost. Okay, you can see the schedules there, the timings there, and just try it once, students. I'm sure you're going to love it. And there we are also having many important and interesting features, such as poll feature, raise a hand feature, which makes the interaction between educator and students a little much better. Okay, so kindly download the app and do attend the class once and tell me about your experience. Okay, so I hope you understood the session. I hope you loved the session. If there is anything that you haven't understood or you're confused about, please do let me know. Okay. Now, also one more thing, as I told you, you can join our Telegram channel to have quick updates about all the sessions that we are doing, all the ongoing things, offers, etc. Please subscribe to the channel, share the video, share it with your friends, and do like and share if you love the session. Okay, we'll be meeting in the next session, students. Till then, please keep learning, keep studying, and keep loving. Thank you. Please take care.